Good evening. Welcome to the 74th Engineering Emmy celebration. So, congratulations to all of tonight's recipients who are in this room. Congrats to all of you. So, earlier this month, the Academy presented the Creative Arts and Emmy Awards telecast. And now we gather for the 74th Engineering, Science, and Technology Emmy Awards. With the distinguished achievements of the individuals and companies we honor here tonight, would anyone in this room doubt that we saved the best for last? And now, please welcome the governors of the Science and Technology Peer Group, Wendy Aylesworth and Barry Ziegel.
Thank you, Frank. And I'll just add that Barry and I are extremely honored to serve as the inaugural governors of the brand new Science and Technology Peer Group. The industry's engineering community has long sought and is now very much appreciative of being part of the Academy Board. And I have to say that the board is just a wonderful group to work with. It's fabulous.
So every year I get to do the rules. I don't know why. John gives me this every year. But anyhow, as the Emmys are awarded this evening, only one speaker per award, whom the Academy thanks in advance for giving an acceptance speech which is succinct as it is meaningful. However, all recipients may come up on the stage. After your speech, please make your way to the foyer where you received your personally engraved Emmy, and individual and group photos will be taken.
And every year they make me say the names of everybody on the committee. So we have volunteers, and this year more governors than ever before, which I just loved. We had producers and sound people and lighting people and camera people, editors. It was great. And all these people are ensuring that these awards are the highest level of standards of excellence that can be represented in the industry. And our committee is, wave your hands as we go, Eddie Bonin, Jeff Calderon, Tony Carey, Jim DeFilippis, Nina Erb, I didn't see Nina tonight, Greg Jawicki, David Ginsburg, Joseph Goldstone, Sally Hattori, Philip Palmer, Christopher Reeves, Jeff Reed-Miller, Peter Riordan, he's on the East Coast, poor guy. Leon Silverman's wife has COVID, sorry. Derek Spears, and Sebastian Silwan, who is I know here, Craig Weiss, and the very best, our committee chair, John Leverance. Stand up, John. Wow, we thank this group immensely for their time and expertise and commitment to this important work.
And yes, Wendy, the committee deliberated hard and long over the selections of this year's recipients, but they didn't have to think twice about asking back our wonderful host for the 7th straight year. Please welcome Ms. Kirsten Vangsness.
Hi. You guys have never heard this song before, so I thought I'd start it with this song that no one's ever heard. But if you've watched the video, she does this. If you've never seen cloud busting, you should. This is true. But we're not here to talk about Kate Bush, although I could for a while. Physical production and digital post-visual effects. ILM bridges the gap between these. Their 3D backgrounds are the knees of pieces. Tailor on-set user interfaces. 'Cause virtual and real both matter. physical camera equipment. It's here and it's not here, baby. You won't see the difference. And if only could, I designed Scout and Light in advance of the shoot and then capture it with stagecraft tool suite. I'll do this Herculean feat of creating the illusion of a 3D background here. And if only could. Donald Sutherland is in the cloud busting music video, which is not this song. But we're not talking about Kate Bush. We're talking about it's industrial light and magic. It's ILM. You will be so happy. And come on, vision and principal photography. Let's create these moments with these tools. Real-time engine, real-time renderer. Let's create the experience. Hey, you guys, no, but really, it's Halloween time, so you should know about this right now. I don't know where to go. You guys applauded. Disguise, the platform to create. Disguise, seamlessly integrate. Disguise, an array of technologies empowering brands and artists to make content that's first rate. Go up. Incorporating and something. Pause it for a second. Just pause it right there. Just pause it right there. Can you pause it? In real-time tech, to make all parts interact, including graphics, actors, props, environments, and check. Disguise plus LED lights and camera tracking stick with creative choices that are collaborative and quick, enabling real lights and props and actors to more natural shot lineups. Is this too good to be true? And now we need to talk about VDI, which is something you actually want to get. Go ahead and start playing. Virtual desktop infrastructure can be a real creative crusher. Hosting that's based in premise and cloud. Productivity of editors, stage fright is a thing. Manage tech from. Oh, we gotta stop it again. Pause it right there. Just pause it. Pause it. See what happens? You guys got excited, then I can't. You gotta pause it. Don't go yet. Manage tech from one platform. Leo Stream keeps up as tech transforms in news and entertainment spaces to make remote security conscious places. Leo Stream sports multi-performance display protocols. Leo Stream, I don't know how you juggle all those balls. Leo Stream, you're keeping all the things in play. Leo Stream is here to stay. Now wait. If we want the timing right, you guys can't like me this much. Do not applaud. Go ahead. SohoNet Clearview Pivot. Real-time remote collab with a button click. Connect creative looters to make stuff for consumers. Streaming gorgeous footage, it impresses this chick. SohoNet's Clearview Pivot. It's our 4K HDR ticket. Single web interface without setting up a new firewall. 12-bit color depth with ultra-low latency. Efficiently connect many participants for multi-point review sessions. Okay, we're gonna take it down now. but you're still gonna be able to hear me. And I'm gonna explain to you why. This is how you can hear me. Clean feed lets them hear me. I'm in Porterville and you're in Prague, and it's like we're side by side, advancing workflows in the industry and helping at-home engineers and talent be where they need to be. We aren't in the same studio, and it's low latency audio. Clean feed gives you spiffy sound. You can talk real quiet or real loud and hear that I'm off pitch from wherever you are. Clean feed gives you audio production conference calls all the time. We need to keep talking about sound, because sound is important. Sound is important because this is true. We all know it's true. Everybody wants good sound, but some systems just can't deliver. Sure, and it knows no bounds. Artifact-free, radio frequency. The wireless system, Axion. It's clear and crisp and heaven sent, mama. And you'll be telling stories with a really kick-ass sound. No matter how tough the spectrum environment, flat frequency response. Quadversity and high density mode. Stipe Suite optical and slash tracking tools, Red Spy and Stipe Kit, they make some good shit. The camera crane can be better used. The Stipe Kit gives them a much needed boost. Eliminate graphics drift, VR looks swell. Ha! Optical camera system that tracks means that Red Spy as the creative's back, it calculates the position of the camera with a point cloud marker system. Introed auto-aiming functionality, which made VR shots smoother. We need Stipe bad if we want to make good live production. Stipe Suite and Stipe Kit and Red Spy, turnkey solutions for live broadcast. Camera tracking, hardware and software, real-time augmented reality that looks first class. Virtual production cranes, complete with lens data delivered to an Ethernet interface. You guys, it's time. It's time for the Philo T. Farnsworth Award. And we know who won this year. RE won this year, and it's real groovy. Their cameras and lights make some great movies. Okay, systemic and technical solutions, networks that everybody uses. Ari's what the smart creator chooses. It produces really cool, slick stuff. Ari rental service, camera, light, and grip is the place to go for a really cool film kit. Ari's over 100 years of age. So they know what's sexy. Lamp heads and lenses, here and abroad. Ari deserves an award and much applause. I mean, they are 100. It's about damn time. Versatile equipment with stability makes a solid place for creativity. Also, they're old. It's Ari's in its prime. In a minute, I'ma need need a camera system for my movie that works real well. Also lenses and some lighting. We're running short, so we gotta hurry up, you guys. It's the last song. Now there's somebody who's winning, and I'm gonna say his name. At the beginning of this, you're gonna know who this song is about. Debevic lit up virtual reality, capturing light and researching at USC. His innovations entertain both you and me. Clearly the stuff you've done is more than just a fad, 'cause this lifetime award is yours to keep in hand. Hey, that Light Stages machine you made is really rad. Guess what? Guess what I did? I watched your TED Talk, and you know what else? Wow, those 3D displays rocked. Debevic didn't kill any actual stars. He just makes big things feel so real, it's bizarre. Pictures improved because of your mind and art. This next part is true for everybody in the room and you. Your innovations help each single studio. You've made imaginary things light up and glow. You're all very brilliant about things that I don't know. You're using science, to make art that triumphs. Virtual didn't kill any actual stars. You just really raised the merging of art and science bars. Pictures came and you've taken them so far. This whole room is filled with complete all-stars. And now, let's start the show. Okay, I mean it, sound guys. Cut the thing and go. You guys, I think you're my favorite, because I've never had to stop and redo it because everyone was applauding. Now we have to add pauses. It wasn't your guys' fault. I saw, you should have seen them up there. It was like a control room. There were pens flying and clipboards, and it was my fault. Do I transition seamlessly to these tiny beings in front of me? Yes, hello. In his monologue years ago at an Emmy telecast, host Jay Leno mused that there are some situations in life that deserve a wait and see response. By way of explanation, Jay imagined a news bulletin that a maximum prison escapee was both armed and suicidal. Jay's wait and see conclusion was that this was a problem that would likely take care of itself. A cousin of wait and see is what audio engineers call latency. The time it takes from an actual sound being created versus the time it takes to get through all the broadcast systems and into the ears of the viewer. When a satellite is used in the path, it can add as much of a quarter of a second. In addition to other delays in the transmission path. Images zip to the screen like the hair, but sound dawdles like a tortoise. Latency is down there in the sonic dumpster with echo and feedback, squelchy or broken tracks, and the clicks and pops and hisses that can make and will make a mess of full-scale TV and post-production audio. What to do? For productions that need low latency, high fidelity conference call software that enables collaboration with an audio quality that's equivalent to having all participants together in the same studio, you need the Clean Feed remote audio review and recording system. Listen up.
Your second studio microphone can now be 5,000 miles away. CleanFeed is the online software as a service that makes it straightforward to connect live studio quality audio between talent and producers. With live audio in high definition, CleanFeed is designed from the ground up for professional audio use. Our dedicated infrastructure is focused on giving creators the experience and flow of a real conversation or performance. CleanFeed continues to innovate, empowering producers and engineers with new opportunities. Group sessions with centralized control enable talent from anywhere in the world to perform together. With a wide range of uses in film and television, CleanFeed is now an essential part of the top studios around the world.
Accepting on behalf of CleanFeed is co-creator Mark Hills.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I was getting really concerned sitting at the table. I have to sing a song, yeah? Is that how it works? This is the first time I've done this, so yes. Thank you. This is amazing. I mean, principally, I want to just say that there are so many people who I hold in such high regard who have won this award previously. Some of them are in the room tonight, and joining them is an absolute privilege. So thank you very much. Thank you. I want to thank my co-founder, Mark, who can't be here tonight, Mark Bakos, and we'd love to thank our team. So that's Amelia Phil, Ed Roberts, Jeff Clifford, and Tony Johnson. Really, this whole thing goes back to someone who we've got to thank is my dad. He was the guy who got me. He and I were coding a sound sampler on the old 8-bit systems back in the 80s. And from that point on, I was kind of hooked on this idea of digital audio inside a computer and all the things you could do with it. And then when I took that on with the internet, it was live audio. And I just had this idea that one day I wanted to do a radio station's breakfast show from my house. Okay. Well, it turns out that idea was absurd at the time, but these days that just seems kind of quite normal now, doesn't it? So, yeah. Then I've spent the better part of my career now working in film and television, and I wanted to say it's that intersection of creativity and technology that really excites me, and I think we're all familiar with that in the room. I've met such wonderful people on the journey in the last couple of decades working in this industry. I've got friends all over the world, and I count that as something really, really important to me. So with CleanFeed, Mark and I hoped that we could extend those sorts of global opportunities to people, just making global connections with people in whatever story it is you're telling. So this is really special to me, and I think it should be to everyone as well. So thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, it's 1907, and director Norman Don is having a problem with an intruder on the shoot of his movie about the history of California missions. It's a telephone pole. There's this lovely establishing shot of the 18th century mission, and right in the middle of it is this damn telephone pole. And Norman's solution is to retake the shot through a pane of glass with a tree painted on it, just where it's blocking out the telephone pole, and voila! Norman's humble matte painting of a tree eventually evolves into Disguise, the platform for creatives and technologists to imagine, create, and deliver spectacular visual experiences. Check them out. accepting on behalf of Disguise Technologies is its CEO, Fernando Kufer.
Thank you very much. Thanks, everyone. Super pleased, waiting for the team. Thanks. It's an incredible honor to be here, and it's incredible to be winning this award. Thanks to the Emmys and the judges and all the other winners and friends and family that are here. This wouldn't be possible without this amazing team, our community of users and our customers, and of course our founder, the crazy guy that started the business. So I wanted to say, super proud. The words failed me. I'm super nervous. What I want to say is be loud, be out, be proud, be you, be different. Don't be afraid of being the outsider. Thank you very much. Let's go. Yeah. Okay.
He just said be you, be different, and you're doing it. You're doing it right now. Good job. Yeah. Now, the next time you're in Santa Barbara, take a side trip west of the town to Guadalupe, Nipomo Dunes along the Pacific shore, where Cecil B. DeMille shot his 1923 epic, The Ten Commandments. DeMille commissioned a lavish set 12 stories high and 800 feet wide depicting the city of the pharaohs, a mashup of Egyptian images filtered through a thoroughly modern Art Deco lens. After filming wrapped, the set was too expensive to move and too valuable to leave for a rival filmmaker to use. So you know what you do with that? You just bury it in the dunes, which is what he did. Years later, the town of Guadalupe dug up and put on display in its Dune Center Museum some of the long-interred plaster of Paris artifacts. With admission, you guys and girls and people, it's only $10. It's well worth a peek at the granddaddy of the 3D backgrounds for live-action film sets. And it's progeny that bridges the gap between practical physical production methodologies and traditional digital post-production visual effects. Ladies and gentlemen, and people of the earth, I give you Stagecraft Industrial Light and Magic suite of virtual production tools. Look at it.
Stagecraft gives us the opportunity to be able to bring that production scale, size, scope, that kind of expansive storytelling in a way that we've never been able to shoot before.
We partnered with Jon Favreau to realize his vision for capturing in-camera, real-time visual effects and background plates on an LED volume.
Stagecraft is ILM's virtual production toolkit, and it's really an end-to-end solution. Everything from the early stages of previs and working with the art department, all the way through motion capture and working with, now, live pixels on set. So what you see on that LED wall is actually what goes straight into the show.
We could actually get in-camera finished visual effects that would really help us with the quick turnaround that television requires.
In that moment, when things are happening in front of the camera, you want that to be as pure and real as possible. So working with the volumes, creating environments, and even writing to the advantages of this methodology was something that I kind of quickly picked up.
The DPs, the directors, and the actors can now see the world they're in and interact with that world the way they would if they're out on a real location.
Everything comes back to honest lighting. Having LED screens means you start with something natural and real, and then you cut it, you darken it, you negative, you shape it to how you want it to feel. For all intents and purposes, the light that's hitting them, it is natural light.
We get natural lighting from the screens that actually are reflected on the characters themselves, and that created real reflections in the water. And when you add all that up, I mean, you know, as much as you can get in camera, the reality of it just enhances and makes it more believable.
Technology is at its best when it's so good that it becomes invisible, and that's what this is. You walk on the volume, and there you are in the middle of the world you're trying to create, and it's jaw-dropping.
Accepting on behalf of Industrial Light and Magic is Principal Engineer and Architect Nick Rasmussen.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. On behalf of the entire ILM Stagecraft team, I'd like to thank the Television Academy and the Emmy Awards Committee for honoring our work tonight. Stagecraft is the product of a decade of research and development building on nearly 2 decades of virtual production experience. ILM was founded on the idea of helping storytellers achieve their vision by marrying artistry and technology, and with Stagecraft, we've been proud to carry that tradition forward. We're now able to blur the lines between practical and digital, delivering in-camera visuals that were previously exclusive to the domain of post-production. Along that journey, we've had the great privilege to work with many incredible filmmakers, and many of them you saw in the video there, directors, DPs, VFX soups, and production design teams who've embraced this new technology and pushed it beyond where we thought was possible. I'd like to thank all of them for their enduring partnership and thoughtful collaboration over the years. Bringing Stagecraft to life has been a cross-disciplinary effort spanning custom software, hardware, video engineering, and color science. It required the combined work of dozens of people working across 3 continents. In particular, I'd like to thank and acknowledge Kevin Woolley, Rachel Rose, Richard Bluff, Roger Cords, Frank LaMonica, Jay Schulte, Owen Kineen, Lutz Latta, Matthew Lausch, Mike Jutan, Noah Lockwood, and Stephen Hill, and of course, the many, many other members of our teams throughout the world. I'd also like to thank all the content, on-set, brain bar, and production teams who together work to deliver stunning visuals every day, as well as our technology teams who support these complex endeavors. And of course, none of us would be able to do this without the love and support of our families, and we thank them for believing in us as we push this technology forward. Finally, I'd like to thank Jon Favreau and the ILM and Lucasfilm executive teams, Rob Brito, Janet Lewin, Francois Chardevon, Lewin Brennan, and Kathleen Kennedy for their ongoing support and belief in this project. It's been a truly incredible journey from 2 small projected poster boards in a closet to over a dozen of large installations throughout the world. From all of us on the Stagecraft team, thank you.
Systems management. I feel like I should be very reverent while you guys leave the stage. Because it's a big deal what you guys did, and I want to acknowledge that. And now it's a big deal what the next people did. Also, systems management as depicted in filmed entertainment is wondrously diverse. Did you know that? In Swords and Sandals flicks, it's the in-person of the burly guy afore the galley ship's poop deck beating the big drum to set and maintain ramming speed. In Westerns, it's the town marshal organizing and dispatching his posse. In space operas, it's the captain front and center on the Starship bridge coolly issuing battle attack orders. But however diverse and varied may be the oversight of the triremes, posses, and rocketeers, they all share the same common thread of operating globally from a single management access platform, which prompts me to proffer you to LeoStream, whose remote access and desktop connection management software enables news and entertainment organizations to create security-conscious remote production environments that are sustainable, performant, and cost-effective. Check it out.
I'm really excited to introduce the world to LeoStream, the industry's most flexible remote access and connection management platform. LeoStream enables news and entertainment organizations to build security-conscious remote production environments that are sustainable, performant, cost-effective, and accessible from anywhere. LeoStream facilitates a vendor-neutral approach to building remote production environments. Using its single access and management portal, organizations can mix on-premises and cloud-based production environments, as well as combine a variety of high-performance display protocols, so they can always ensure the productivity of editors and engineers from anywhere. LeoStream pools and policies automate tasks that simplify IT and minimize costs, while LeoStream's audit-level logging provides IT with invaluable insight into how their environment is being used. With LeoStream, organizations can build a better way to manage hybrid work.
Here from LeoStream to accept the Emmy is Chief Technology Officer William Brinkley.
Wow. So every day, thousands of artists, engineers, production people, people throughout the industry use LeoStream software, sometimes without even knowing it, to connect to the computers and applications they need to do their jobs. And when I tell people that's what we do, they often look at me and say, that doesn't sound that hard. But when you're trying to coordinate thousands of people and thousands of computers, and some of those computers are running, and some need to be started, and some are in the basement, and some are in the cloud, and some have this application or that protocol, and some people are at home, and some people in the office, and some people want Windows, and some people want Macs, well, it actually is hard. So we are so honored and thankful to the Television Academy for this recognition of our achievements. And it's just a couple of us here tonight, but this was absolutely a team effort. So a huge thank you to the entire LeoStream team. We wouldn't be here without you. Thank you so much. You've earned this.
I don't know any of you, and I'm so proud of you each. I really am. Just like, yes. Electronics was a fledgling science when Detroit made history as the first city in the nation to devise a one-way radio link between headquarters and cruisers. It's where the expression calling all cars originated. Car radios picked up KOP's signal, but not very consistently. A broadcast would unexpectedly fade out as a car passed large buildings or drove under railroad bridges. Where was the Axient digital wireless audio system when Motown law enforcement really needed it? Right? It's my yes man over here. I'm enjoying it. Noisy, congested, challenging. That's today's ever-changing RF environment. Wireless microphones live in a dyslexia, in a complex ecosystem of broadcast stations, telecom operators, and connected devices. That, if Detroit station's KOP proves past is prologue, will only get more crowded in the future. For professional productions that demand flawless execution, Shure Incorporated's Axient delivers wireless signal stability and audio clarity never before thought possible. Listen up.
Axient Digital was our choice for the performance side of this program. There are performers, jugglers, there are people that sing, there are people that make noises with their hands musically. Anything you can throw at a digital radio microphone, we throw out.
There's no need to disturb an actor if I need to change any settings. I can change frequencies, I can change gain. Anything that can be done on a transmitter can be done right from my cart or my bag.
I haven't had one drop out since we've put them in.
Unquestionably, Axient Digital is the way to go if you've got artists that need flexibility.
When the actors are speaking low, I can push the gain and not hear noise floor coming through.
The integration with Workbench is really good, so you can coordinate stuff a lot easier. And with the show link stuff, it's really handy.
I am so much more confident mixing a show with this in our arsenal because they don't drop out. They always have strong RF signal, and the sound is big, wide open. And the fact that their new micro body pack is so sleek, and you can slip it anywhere on a talent, and they don't even know it's on them. What else could you say?
It's an absolute game changer. And that's what sets Axient Digital apart from any other.
Here, from Shure Incorporated to accept the Emmy is the VP of Professional Wireless Products, Tom Kundman.
Thank you, everybody. This is quite amazing. I'm going to ask some of my friends here to hold this for me. I couldn't help but notice, Kirsten, that we're using a Shure ULXD microphone in your performance, and it was flawless. And that wasn't even Axient Digital, so thanks for that. First of all, before we get started, I just want to congratulate everyone here. It's quite an honor for us to be part of this esteemed group of technologists in this industry. It's a first for us, and it's just great to be here. I'm here tonight with Jen Liang Shabood. She's with our Artist and Entertainment Relations team, and Sam Bisak from our Pro Audio team. It's good for both the engineer, I lead engineering, of course, on a wireless, and have our sales and marketing folks here because it's really a team effort. So on behalf of all of our associates around the world, we'd like to thank the Television Academy for this incredible recognition. As many of you know, Shure microphones have been a prominent part of television entertainment and news since the 50s, from Elvis Presley, Johnny Carson, Martin Luther King, I Have a Dream speech, and every presidential speech since 1966. We've had lots of wireless systems, including Shure ULXD, that's where it started, but we feel like we really changed the game with the launch of Axient Digital, creating a new standard for audio and wireless performance. And what makes us really proud is imagine a 100-year-old company like Shure, and we're still creating industry-leading technology for our customers today. Axient Digital Wireless is trusted on the biggest stages and broadcasts around the world when millions are watching. The audio's got to be clear with uncompromising reliability in the harshest RF environments. And we feel no other system is up to the challenge like Axient Digital. And as already mentioned in a lot of the videos and in Kristen's awesome musical presentation, it's a tech award, so I have to highlight the technology that we're proud of: wireless workbench for system management, ShowLink remote control and automatic interference avoidance, high density mode for spectral efficiency, quadversity and frequency diversity for RF robustness, and a micro body pack, which you just saw in the great video. So really that combination of features has been a great team effort, and it's impossible to name all the folks within Shure that helped build this great platform that we're proud of. So we didn't realize there were rules that it could only be one presenter, so I'm going to channel my inner Jen here and follow the rule. So we at Shure take great pride in engineering. We took great pride in engineering this solution, perfecting it, and supporting customers all around the world. Thank you to all our associates who contributed to the success of this product. And more importantly, and just as importantly, thank you to all the productions and audio teams around the world that welcomed us into their space, allowed us to observe, ask questions, and to really teach us about their production demands and what they needed. Axient Digital will not be the same product without this valuable insight. Thank you again to all our customers that trust our product, and once again, thanks to the Academy for this incredible honor. So thank you.
While here across the pond, we're not generally aware that the late great rocker Warren Zevon paid plausible reference to SohoNet's Clearview Pivot real-time remote collaboration tool in his hit song Werewolves of London, but there is some highly circumstantial evidence that he did. SohoNet's Clearview Pivot was first imagined as a remote editing and review software linking the city's far-flung production community to its headquarters in Soho. And it's in Soho that the song begins with this hair-raising description. I saw a werewolf with his Chinese menu in his hand, walking through the streets of Soho in the rain. I know, it's uncanny. It's like he just walked in the room. The implication is that since Clearview allows creatives and execs to engage and pivot through their review and editing sessions from the remote safety of their computer suites, there's no need for them to cross paths with a hungry werewolf, which metaphorically is right up there with the plague of COVID-19 and having to eat Easter with your family on a Zoom. It's not certain if Warren Zevon's lurking lupine ever makes his way through Soho rain to a big bowl of beef chow mein. The song ends abruptly with him getting schnockered on umbrella drinks at Trader Vic's, but there's no doubt that if you hear him howling around your kitchen door, you better not let him in. I know, right? It's weird, because I have glasses and blonde hair like him. I'm going to be him for Halloween. No problem there for SohoNet, as its Clearview Pivot was bulwarked up and down the system against unwarranted intrusions and system disruptions. Its air is perfect. Roll reel!
to the soul of your project with Emmy-winning real-time remote collaboration.
Please welcome from SohoNet CEO, Chuck Parker.
Wow. Wow. Thank you. It's an amazing honor. We won our first Emmy during the pandemic, and you may remember me from our animated character who delivered that acceptance speech. To be recognized tonight in front of all of you is just truly humbling. I thought for sure I could get the animated me to come up here and do this for me since I'm a bit nervous, but unfortunately he insisted on working from home. SohoNet's been around since 1995, but until a few years ago, we were just a networking company. In 2017, we expanded our vision for the company to revolutionize the way stories create content by making collaboration seamless and secure, which is all about letting the creatives do their magic without the encumbrance of technology regardless of their physical location. And while we have a ways to go to fully achieve that aspiration, this award is recognition for the 150 employees at SohoNet that we're on the right path. I would like to thank the Academy of Television Arts and Sciences and the Emmy Engineering Committee for this amazing recognition. And let me just say, it's great to finally have a science and technology peer group of our own. I'd like to thank Leon Silverman for his vision of foul tone, perhaps the germinating seed of the entire Clearview family. Shadi Almazide at Disney and Bob Keskey at Company 3 for entrusting their workflow to our products. James Blevins, who's here, for entrusting The Mandalorian with Clearview Pivot, despite all its high-profile directors working from homes across the country. Significant contributors include Mark McCardle, Thomas Minari, Roland Avdalian. Our teams in product development, support operations, customer success, and sales, yes, even sales, for helping to scale this product across the industry. And of course, Ben Roeder, our Chief Technology Officer, for having the courage and the tenacity to break down the studio-grade remote collaboration problem to its core components and build them back up to a better design that's fit for our great industry. And last but not least, my wife, Amanda, and all of our spouses, partners, and better halves who allow us to pursue these passions through late nights, weekends, and cheer us the whole way through. Thank you very much.
So, in photography's infancy, cameras didn't move. They just sat quietly and attentively atop tripods and produced frozen images, as we know, that are called stills. Curious about more of the world than what was right in front of them, cameras started to look left and right and up and down, lateral and vertical, panorama tracking shots. In 1914, as Europe was running amok in the Great War, cameras used in an Italian film epic. This is what you do when you're not sure how to pronounce. Everyone look over there and say that word all together on the count of three. One, in an Italian film epic called Cabiria, thank you. Followed suit by moving beyond locked down tripod stills to freewheeling dolly shots. And once the camera set off on new adventures on its new wheels, the technology of optical tracking began its evolution to where we are now with Stipe Kit and Red Spy. Take a look.
For the last 300,000 years, the human brain has evolved into the perfect tool, able to perceive inconsistency in its environment. To that end, Stipe stood up to the challenge to create a system that would link the real world with the virtual world. From small beginnings, Stipe built a foundation that would now support the biggest names in film and broadcast across the globe, themselves becoming one of the leading innovators in the industry. Products such as Red Spy, Stipe Kit, Follower, and Stipeland would all become the go-to solution. Stipe's Red Spy optical camera tracking device has done immense work for live broadcast and movie productions. Infrared LEDs enable Red Spy to operate in both indoor and outdoor environments with ease, making it a valuable all-in-one solution. Always innovating, Red Spy is the first wireless and wire-free solution. As part of your production pipeline, there is nothing standing in the way of making amazing virtual, augmented, mixed, or extended reality content with clients like BBC, MTV, Fox Sports, and many more adopting the technology. Stipe is making the virtual future become reality. Introducing the future, Red Spy 3.0.
Please welcome from Stipe CEO, Stipe Chayich.
Excuse me, I prepared a really long speech. This is just the beginning! Thank you, Academy, for this great honor. Special thanks to my mom. Pozdrav, mama. Thank you.
T. Farnsworth Corporate Achievement Award honors an agency, company, or institution whose contributions over time has significantly impacted television, technology, and engineering. This year's recipient is Ari, honored for its more than a century of designing and manufacturing camera and lighting systems, as well as systemic technological solutions and service networks for a worldwide complex of film, broadcast, and media industries. Cinematographers have long relied on the stability and versatility of Ari equipment in a portfolio that includes digital cameras, lenses, camera accessories, archive technologies, lamp heads, and lighting accessories. Along with offering exclusive technologies, Ari's rental services and equipment provide camera, lighting, and grip packages to professional productions here and abroad. Ari's cameras have connected the creativity and technology that have made film entertainment the premier medium of our time. I have heard tell from the horse's mouth that I'm allowed to say it either way. So I will. Tomato, tomato, I will. Dedicated to maintaining its place in the forefront of the development of future technologies for the capture of moving images, Ari has been at it for 100 plus years and counting. Let's look at Ari. accepting on behalf of ARI is Chairman of the Executive Board, Dr. Matthias Erb.
Okay, first of all, thanks to the moderator. I don't know what to say anymore because you cut everything out of my speech, so I have to rearrange it. First singing it was much better than all I could have said, and now the story you just told us. No, it's really a great honor for me and also for my colleague, Glenn Kennel. He's the head of our America division, and it's really a great honor for us to be here today and to receive this award. Thank you very much. And we are also standing here on behalf of approximately now 1,300 employees and colleagues we have worldwide. And of course, on behalf of, I don't know, several thousands who worked for us in the past, and you were right, more than 100 years. It's actually 105 years, and it's not only the oldest company here, I think we are the oldest guys on stage as well. So, now just a little bit to the history of the company, because we didn't hear it, and it was a typical German approach, and you can hear that I'm also from there. I mean, the company was basically founded because our two founding fathers, August Arnold and Robert Richter, RE, the two of them, they were working like in the film business, and they found out that they couldn't get the right tools to work with them. And so what did they decide? Of course, they decided to build them on their own. And this is how they started in 1917. They started with the cameras, they continued with the lighting. And I think this is our heritage. So what we want to do, we want to support the filmmakers, we want to support the industry with our tools, whether it's lighting, whether it's cameras, whether it's technical solutions. So that's a big heritage and a big task for us. But this award also is like a motivation for us to continue. So thank you very much again. Thanks a lot also to the Television Academy, and have a great evening. Thank you.
The Charles F. Jenkins Lifetime Achievement Award honors an individual whose ongoing contributions, ongoing. See, people think like lifetime, like you're done. No. They give them to people who just keep it ongoing. Contributions have significantly affected the state of television technology and engineering. Paul DeBevick is awarded the 2022 Jenkins Award for his pioneering work in high dynamic range imaging, image-based lighting, and photogrammetry, essential techniques used in computer graphics for visual effects and virtual productions. Paul's game-changing work made it possible to record and reproduce the light of real scenes to illuminate virtual scenes and vice versa. So cool. High dynamic range imagery is a mainstay of computer graphics, and combined with image-based lighting has enabled realistic integration of existing live action lighting in computer rendered images. These tools and concepts are now a standard within the visual effects industry. The concepts and the innovative use of LED lighting Paul pioneered with the light stage have further laid the groundwork for the use of LED lighting in virtual production, which has seen a rapid growth as a tool for lighting actors on virtual stages. Roll the DeBevick sizzle reel.
For over 3 decades, scientist-filmmaker Paul DeBevick has significantly affected the way we create photoreal visual effects. In college, Paul figured out a new 3D modeling process to build a textured 3D model of his car from photographs. This led to his PhD at UC Berkeley, where he extended these techniques to create sweeping virtual cinematography of the Berkeley campus in his groundbreaking 1997 film, The Campanile Movie. He then developed new techniques for high dynamic range imaging, which enabled his key invention of image-based lighting, a technique to light virtual objects with measurements of real-world illumination. Paul demonstrated these techniques in his films Rendering with Natural Light, set in Berkeley's Eucalyptus Grove, and Fiat Lux, set in a 3D reconstruction of St. Peter's Basilica. HDRI lighting is now an essential technique for adding CGI elements to real-world environments used throughout today's visual effects. Paul then pioneered the process of illuminating live-action actors with image-based lighting. In 2002, he presented Light Stage 3, the first LED stage to surround actors with images of virtual environments, lighting them with the settings the story takes place in. In 2004, Paul designed the first LED volume made from LED panels, producing smooth reflections and displaying clear images of the environments to the actors. The concepts and innovative use of LED lighting Paul pioneered with the Light Stage laid the groundwork for the use of LED lighting in virtual production, which has seen rapid growth as a tool for lighting actors on virtual production stages. And Paul's ongoing research in multispectral light sources, time-multiplexed lighting, and relightable volumetric capture are poised to further revolutionize the way we create television entertainment. The Television Academy is pleased to present the Charles F. Jenkins Lifetime Achievement Award to Paul E. DeBevick.
Please welcome Paul DeBevick.
Oh my gosh. Okay, thank you so much. How cool is this? How cool is this? Thank you. I'm going to set this. First, thanks so much to Chris Blythe and Carl Weathers for that video. I want to thank the Television Academy for this incredible honor and for creating this amazing event to honor the technology and technologists who make the shows that are watched and loved around the world, and for the new science and technology peer group that Wendy and Barry have created. As I understand it, they are currently looking for people to apply for new membership. Someone has a QR code for that. Yeah. Let's see. As you saw in the video, a lot of the work that's kind of being covered was done by someone a little like a version of myself from 20 or 25 or 30 years ago. So I feel in some ways I'm accepting this award on someone else's behalf, but I still relate to this person quite a bit and feel like that person in a lot of ways. In fact, on the drive here, my friend Sebastian was driving, and he asked me if I had trimmed my beard a little bit. And I said, well, yeah, it's a big event. I want to look good. Of course, I trim my beard. He said, because you have some whiskers on your suit. And I thought, okay, well, yeah, it should be fine, but I don't really see the problem. I mean, I'm wearing a dark suit. No one's going to see them. Oh. So things maybe are a little bit different. There's a lot of people to thank for all of these things, and I'll try to go quickly. Where this all started, it really started with the Chevette project, and that was to try to make a 3D model of my car. Why was I trying to make my car fly across the stream? Well, first of all, thank you to my mom, who's here tonight, for giving me. Linda's here. For giving me a 1980 Chevette. If she'd given me a cooler car, I wouldn't have had to put so much effort into trying to make it fly using computer graphics. And both of my parents for introducing me to darkroom photography, since that's where I really first got the sense of dynamic range in the real world. One of my early mentors, Arthur Baskin, was nice enough to let me use the True Vision video recorder to digitize the photos for the Chevette when I was actually supposed to be on a project taking a database software to track railroad track condition for a particular project. So that was a helpful thing. I was very lucky to go to the University of Michigan and enter Ramesh Jain's computer vision class. He took me in. I was an undergraduate. He took me into his graduate level computer vision class. And That was time to learn a lot about computer vision techniques at the time, and that gave me a really good leg up becoming someone trying to work on computer graphics. Ramesh Jain wrote me a letter of recommendation to Jitendra Malik's computer vision program at UC Berkeley, which is really one of the top computer vision groups, and Jitendra was kind enough to let me pursue computer graphics interests, trying to leverage computer vision techniques to do that, which helped produce lots of the work at Berkeley. I'd like to thank C.J. Taylor, who is my collaborator on the facade photogrammetric modeling system, and Professor Chris Benton from the architecture department, who helped us with the kite aerial photography to take those still images that we turned into the 3D model of the Berkeley campus. I had a summer internship manager at Interval Research Corporation named Michael Neymark, who taught me that it's great to develop technology, even greater to apply it creatively. And all of the projects where we've done some kind of creative application have made a difference in industry a lot sooner than the ones where we haven't. At Berkeley, I got to meet Greg Ward, who authored the Radiance rendering system, a very early global illumination system. And that's what we use to do the image-based lighting and rendering with natural light in Fiat Lux. And I'd like to thank Marcos Fajardo, who I got to work with 20 years ago, the author of the Arnold rendering system, the recipient of an Engineering Emmy last year, which we used for the image-based lighting in the Parthenon. At ICT, our executive director, first one was Richard Lindheim, and he's the one person who greenlit the project to build Lightstage 3, the first color LED virtual production volume that we had. And I'd like to thank Andreas Wenger, who helped build Lightstage 3 and our first multispectral light source, and Chloe Legendre and Shuming Yu, who are continuing to make multispectral lighting reproduction a practical reality. Getting to the point where this can really be used in a big way has taken many other efforts, and I'd just like to recognize Chris Watts, Chris Lawrence, Tim Weber, and Alfonso Cuaron for taking the chance on using LED image-based lighting for the movie Gravity, and John Knoll, who was at my talk at SIGGRAPH 2002, where I had the crazy idea of lighting actors with the LEDs, was skeptical at the time, but ended up becoming one of the biggest proponents of the technique, creating a huge LED volume to light the spaceship cockpits for Rogue One and helping set in motion so much of what we're seeing today with today's streaming shows. I'd finally like to thank my Whiskey Zoom buddies, if you know what that is, if you're one of them. Greg, X-Ray, Sebastian, Chris, the Richards, Alon, Marco, Soren, Lily, Connie, Jill, Jeff, and John for making it possible to get through the last couple of years, and my Netflix production innovation colleagues, Andy, Christina, Garish, Jimmy, Richard, Michael, Sebastian, and Ming Ming for everything we're working on to take everything so much further. I dearly hope I get a second lifetime to continue to work with all of you on taking these technologies where we all know they're capable of going. Thank you very, very much.
We did it! That's our show! Well, Dr. Debevic's mom also did it. Good on you. Good on you. I would like to direct all winners to the step and repeat in the foyer for a group photo. And now let's have a big round of applause for our ASL interpreter. Thank you so much. Wonderful, wonderful. Big round of applause for our tech people who made this run so smoothly. And tonight's Emmy Award recipients, you guys. Congratulations and good night.